Am I the asshole for telling my younger siblings I'm not their dad and they need to stop acting like I'm their parent? My parents had me, 22M, at 19 and I was an only child for 6 years. Then they had 3 kids back to back who are now 16, 15 and 14. My parents were never the most attentive parents but did a better job with my younger siblings than they did with me. But at some point while my siblings were still really young they started to come to me like I was an adult instead of mom or dad, and mom and dad let it happen. They were still there but my siblings would ask me to make them food or they'd ask me for money. I had none back then, or they'd want me to help with homework or they'd come to me if they struggled to do their chores. It got annoying very quickly and I asked my parents to do step in so I wasn't always saying no or having a sibling throw a tantrum because I wasn't acting more like an adult in the house who was there to do stuff for them. My parents were there for the basics and if my siblings didn't come to me, they'd deal with stuff, but otherwise they seemed glad to not have to deal with all the parenting. They still weren't as good with me as my siblings either. It was things like prioritizing supporting my siblings instead of me, or making a big effort for their birthdays but not mine. Christmas was another time it was super obvious because my siblings got gifts they wanted and I got needed stuff like hygiene products and socks and underwear. I brought it up to my parents when I was 15 and they used the excuse that they had me at 19 so they just didn't know how to connect with me the same and didn't have the means to provide for me like they did my siblings. When I learned how to drive and started working my siblings relying on me got worse. They wanted me to drive them places, give them money, they wanted me to take them to school and pick them up, they would expect me to buy birthday gifts for their friends and take them shopping for that stuff. My youngest sibling even asked me to be a parent chaperone on field trip when I was only 16. It was suffocating and my siblings could not be spoken to about it. They just wanted me to be the dad. They even called me dad sometimes. I was desperate to get out and COVID almost fucked it up but I was lucky my girlfriend's family let me move in with them. Once I left I tried to better enforce my boundaries and created distance but they still wanted me there and they'd cry down the phone about me leaving and not being there for stuff. Now that my siblings are teens I tried to talk to them about it again but my sister, 16, said I had to do these things because I'm supposed to. I asked her why I was supposed to and she said because you're basically our dad. My brothers agreed. I admit it pissed me off and I told them in a firm and angry tone that I am not their dad and they need to stop acting like I'm their parent because I'm their sibling, the oldest sure, but I'm not their parent and I'm not responsible for them. They said I was an ass and I should like taking care of them.